Hey folks, thanks for coming out to our Mulberry Road auction today. We're really excited for our kickoff auction for 2022. We've got a really neat property here, folks, just over 50 acres, a nice, big, extremely well-built house, and an outbuilding that's gonna blow your mind. We're gonna check this place out today, get some good aerial views. Can't wait to see it at one of the open houses. All right, so here we are at Mulberry Road, just coming up the driveway. Kind of gives a cool perspective on such a private property. First time I came here, it was winter, and I could see the house and the buildings and everything. And now here we are May, and everything's about half grown over. And man, if you drive by very fast at all, you can't see any of this back here. There is a property next door, I'm gonna say a couple hundred yards away, but there's a berm area here with a lot of old growth trees and stuff, which makes it really private back here. The pond back there on the way up the driveway is oriented in such a way that the house is kind of like a lake home. The front of it is actually facing the back of the property with the two big picture windows facing south and east. It's just amazing to look out over this property. One of the things that I always do when we put one of these properties on the market for auction is I always get the septic inspected and the water quality tested. It's a county ordinance anyway. The water quality passes all of the county health standards. The septic system is it's about 3 times what the property would require if it was being built today. So a lot of things here were done with kind of an industrial flair. Kind of cruising down by here, the backyard that they just keep mowed nice and everything. The building's just amazing. You'll be able to see all the stills in all my photography in that. 2 heated areas in the shop, 1 woodworking, 1 metalworking. The doors are at least 12 feet high where you can work on anything you need to do. And there's a 30 by 40 Quonset out here, which is just really handy to just park stuff under. You could park an RV under that. We're just cruising back on one of their little trails that they keep mowed. These people bought this property back in the early 60s, and part of it was a field, part of it was woods. Here's one of our survey stakes for the parcel. You'll see on the survey that it's kind of irregularly shaped in that the house in 10 acres is kind of a perfect rectangle, and then the 40-acre square, which used to be a field, is sort of offset on that rectangle. This is something that they kind of keep mowed down a little bit. They had really cool trails out here when their kids were young, and kids are all grown now. It's time for the next family. I could see horses out here with a little bit of clearing. This could be a farm field again. I mean, we're only 5-minute little side-by-side ride from the house. I could have a deer stand right in front of us, right up here at this tree. Just a short walk from the property. Off in this direction, there's kind of a clearing. There's a huge wetland area that the old man dug in the 70s with a bulldozer. That was just for the wildlife to have a place to drink, and ducks and deer and stuff back here all the time. We're just coming back on one of the old trails that they had. It's getting kind of overgrown and kind of nasty, but we're gonna hop back here in the back a little bit, so just bear with me, it might get a little rough. Okay, so as far as uses for the property, it's zoned agricultural. Some of this area is in what we call classified forest. And what that does is makes your taxes like way lower on the overall properties. But the point is that, you could run a little farm here. You could come out here and shoot guns. There's no houses for another half mile. And the fact that it's 50 acres and the way it's oriented, the only road frontage is where the home is. The rest of this is basically in the center of a section, which on one hand makes it landlocked, which sounds like a negative term. However, it's really cool because there is nothing out here for basically a half mile in 3 directions and about a 1/4 mile in that direction towards Mulberry Road. So it's a really unique piece of property. Can't wait to see it at one of the open houses.